Hey, what's up guys? Mr. Surplus Nut. Just to show you guys the outcome of the Marlin XS-7C. This is the in 308 Winchester, and it's the camel, the one that comes with the camel stock. I finished it off, and I just wanted to show you guys the actual rifle. I ended up putting a Harris 6x9 pod on it, and I went ahead and got the stock, and I removed it from the barrel action, and I sealed the camel finish on the synthetic stock with polyurethane semi-gloss, so it came out nice. I don't know if you guys can tell from this video and the one that I did on the unboxing the Marlin. The stock on this one, I think it shows a little bit more about. Let me get a little closer so you can probably see it there. It shows a little bit of a very low tone gloss to it, and the reason why I did this is to preserve the finish on it. There's some couple of videos on YouTube on this rifle, and one of the guys was worried about trying to keep the rifle from banging the rifle around, just so the finish wouldn't peel off or whatever. And one of the things that you have to do is to you know, finish the stock with some type of protective barrier that will keep it, you know, a little bit on the safe side. If you bang it on the shooting table, or you're out in the woods, all that type of stuff. Basically, that's the only thing I did to the stock. It was just finishing the stock by protecting the finish on it with the polyurethane satin finish on it. I did took the stock apart, and the stock right here, it's got like two pressure points on it inside the stock. If you remove the barrel action, you'll see in there, right on the synthetic inside part of the stock, you're gonna notice two little squares, which was kind of like weird to me. So I figured those are probably pressure points that they did at the factory, because like right after those two little pressure points, from there back, the barrel is completely free floating. Now this rifle, even though it's got a decent barrel, it's got a hammer forged barreled, you need to remember that it's a thin barreled, okay? It tapers real skinny towards the front, or thin, and it's what I call, if you were to compare this barrel to a bull barrel or a straight taper precision barrel, this is what I call like a pencil neck barrel. It's gonna get warm on you really fast, so when you shoot it, you gotta be patient with it, because it's gonna get warm on you. Right after 3 or 4 shots, you gotta let it cool down for a little bit. If not, you're gonna shoot out the barrel. But some guys complain about their groups opening up after the barrel gets hot, and they keep shooting and shooting and can never close their groups, and that's because they're shooting out of a hot barrel. So the size of this barrel, it's going to get warm on you pretty quick. Remember, this is a hunting rifle, which is meant for like 1 or 2 shots out in the woods. You know, you kill your game and you're done. Wait a while, you know, by the time you see something else, it'll probably cools down enough. This is not a bench rest gun by any means that you're gonna have on the table, you know, 5-6 hours shooting like 200-300 rounds and expect it to, you know, that's not what this rifle is intended for. So I want to clarify that right away. It's a very good rifle if you want to buy a rifle to start off into the bolt action thing, and you know, shooting, and maybe it might be your first bolt action rifle and you want to go to the range and practice and get into it. it's a great rifle for that, but it's also a great rifle for what it was designed for, which is for hunting. It's the best, most accurate rifle out there right now, for the money. It's got a recessed target crown, okay. Again, a hammer forged barrel. The stock gets fluted after the pressure points in the front, and then it's got you can get the black synthetic stock. That's what the let me explain what the name of this rifle stands for. XL7, which was the first rifle they came out with. Most likely the stock's gonna be black. XL, okay, the L stands for long action. Those will be your calibers like 270, 30-06, 7mm. Those are long cartridge. That's what the L stands for, long action. This rifle that I have right here is the XS. S stands for short action. It's going to be rifles. It's going to be the Marlins that are chambering 308. They're chambering 223, 243. Those are going to be XS7. Okay. If you get it with the camel stock, it'll be the XS-7C. That stands for camel. The reason why they threw the 7 in there is because they try to keep the factory were trying to keep the rifle under 7 pounds, which they did. This rifle weighs about, without the scope and the pod on it, it weighs about 6 pounds 11 ounces. So that's where they put the 7 from. They're mainly trying to keep the rifle under 7 pounds, okay, which is a really good weight for a hunting rifle. So that's where they came out with the 7, XL7. L standing for long action, S on the XS, which is this one, 7 standing for short action. Those are the short action calibers, 243, 223, 308. So yeah, the 7, that's the deal. The 7 is trying to keep the rifle under 7 pounds, which they did. I did mention on the video that I did on unboxing the Marlin that I thought the trigger guard was made out of metal. So for whatever reason I banged it with my keys and it felt like it was metal. But no, it's true what they've said on other videos, that it's made out of plastic. Not a big deal. It's you know, it's pretty nice trigger guard. Unless you're gonna slam it on the floor on an edge of a table or you know, or out in the woods, I don't think you're gonna have a problem with it. Again, why did they do the trigger guard made out of plastic? To keep the weight down. Okay, they really thought out this rifle to keep it as a very, very light rifle for hunting. The stock, it is hollow. I'm sure it's got some type of, you know, material in there to give it a little bit of sturdiness, but it's fine with me. It's extremely light. Okay, it's extremely light, but that was the whole point, keeping the rifle under 7 pounds. That's why it's called the XL7, L standing for long. In this case on mine it's an XS7C standing for the camel, the C letter at the end. Alright, so the rifle has a great you know, decent barrel for hunting. Okay, you don't want a really bull barrel real thick, like when I went hunting these deers up here that I have. Okay, I've never done a video on what I got. Those are my 2 bucks. Alright, and then over there we have another one. Alright, that's Mr. Surplus Nuts deer that I've hunted. I've gone hunting this with the my CZ550, a varmint target rifle, extremely heavy. Okay, so So I kind of like bought this rifle especially for this type of purpose. So when I go hunting this year, I wanted to get a real hunting rifle, and this is it. I looked around, I did my you know, investigated what's out there. This rifle, the rifle that will be competing with this rifle as far as price, it will be the Savage 110. The Savage 110, I believe, and also there's the Stevens rifle. There's a Stevens rifle. I can't remember which one is it that competes as far as price with this. I'm sorry, the one that competes on this one, like you can get it around $300, is the Stevens. But the Stevens, I forgot which model it is, that is just the same thing as a Savage 110. But this one, for the price, you can't beat it, guys. It comes, like I said, with a hammer forged barreled taper, real thin, really nice. It's got a recessed target crown. It's free floated right after the pressure points. It's got a it's pillar bedded. You can, once you take the stock off, you can see the pillars right there. It's got two pillars. It's pillar bedded. It's got a extremely smooth action. Okay, very smooth action. I got the bolt and I polished the whole bolt. I like the way it's got those black, the flutes are like blued, or basically, so you can understand, black like the, you know, the gun. So every other part that's like chromoly or whatever, stainless steel looking, I polished that. I also polished the handle, just so you guys can see. I polished the handle on the bolt. It's kind of like it, so it'll match with the safety. It's got a Remington style type safety, really smooth. And I left the this little things in here blued, so I just kind of like polished around it. I don't know if you guys can see it there. I polished all the way around it. Let me see if you can see it there. Yeah, I left underneath, that's the bolt underneath. Okay, I left those two dots black, the bottom one and the one on top. I left it blued, and I polished the whole bolt. Now this trigger, it comes from factory. Look how light this is. Super light. It comes from factory. The manual says about 3 pounds. And guys, my minutes are up. I'm gonna have to come back for this, and I hope you can stick with me.